I had a really wise grandmother. You've heard me quote
yes,
before.
Indeed.
And one of the things she said was, Terry, the journey is the destination after all.
Yeah.
And I always loved the after all part.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
The journey is the destination after all. And that's really wise. I mean, it's not about there or the goal. The goal does have value, though. It's what can draw us through the process.
Yeah.
It's what will keep
Yeah.
us in the journey, because the journey is an active one.
Yeah.
It's not, there's very few of us whose karma is to go sit in a cave and meditate.
Yes,
I mean, there's
yes.
value in that.
There are a few.
There are some, and they're contributing to the whole by doing that.
Sure.
But most of us, that's not our job.
Yeah.
Our job is to participate. And that doesn't mean sit here and think about it and get clear before I do something. It's be active, participate, do something. And so then we got to learn to make mistakes and fail and let that be okay. And unlearn what we've been taught about, that concern.
Yeah.
So how do I work that? Do I have a goal? Well, sure. My human form has some desires, and they're not.
Yeah.
I can use that. I don't think I'm going to eliminate the desire. Maybe I can detach from it. My desire is, when I fly this 11-hour trip to London from Los Angeles, is to fly in a lie-flat seat in first or business class, and not to pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a strong intention I have.
Yeah.
And so far, for 27 years I've been making this trip,
It's always happened.
It's happened.
Yeah.
And most of the time I don't pay for it.
Excellent.
Either somebody else pays for it, or it's given to me, or something happens.
Yeah.
Now, why does that keep happening with me? I mean, I could say that's a goal. It's something external. It's physical. And yet I've been supported in that, and effortlessly. I mean, this is a small example.
Could it be part of your consciousness? I mean, we talked about energy fields earlier. I mean, the sort of part of, and I say you're in sort of quote unquote, because you're, we tend to sort of, as you know, with energy fields, one sort of tends to say, well, where does it's like say where does one soul stop and the next one begin?
I think
it's that sort of question.
It's very much part of my energy field and the flow. It's mine.
Yeah.
To me, it's an on-course sign when these things, when what I'm doing is supported that easily and that well.
Yeah.
That's an on-course sign. So whatever I did to get on course, stay on that course.
Yes. Yes.
And the contrary. If all of a sudden that support disappears, where have I gone off course? Or is it the time to shift directions?
Okay.
Like all of a sudden my work that was so easy, my business clients, my public speaking, my trips, I love to travel. A lot of people don't, but I love that I've worked all over the world.
Yeah.
And that stopped. All of a sudden it wasn't easy anymore. And to get it back going again, it started looking hard. It's like, I'm going to have to do a lot of client development and business development and make phone calls and promote. And I think, that sounds hard. And I'm older now, and it's not as easy as it was when I was 35. Off course. On course has got a flow. It's easy.
Yeah.
And it's energy. So which energy? Well, my life path, my karma, has a flow to it.
Yeah.
And if I can get my energy vibrating the same as that, it's in harmony. It's the flow. They're together.
Yeah.
And there's an ease to it. And it's my experience is very easy. Like it was no effort for me to fly Lufthansa first class. It was effortless.
And if you have, is it something like this? I mean, if you have like an absolute conviction, and it's more than a mental conviction, it's like a sort of a feeling as well. It's everything. It's holistic. That it's going to happen. This is perhaps what I was trying to get at earlier, not really perhaps explaining it very well. This is my point. Do you still need goals then? Because if you have that, you're saying that someone will pay for it or it'll happen. It's like you don't almost need the goal because you have this awareness, this consciousness that it's going to happen. It's almost like, you were saying at the very beginning of this conversation, you get what you focus on. You put your focus on something totally, and it comes. I mean, is it as simple as that?
It could be.
It sounds as if it is to you, Terry.
Well, but not 100%.
No, sure.
I don't claim to have this working all the time.
Yeah.
But I have it working more frequently and for longer lengths of time.
Yeah.
And those lengths of times are increasing, and the frequency is increasing.
Yeah.
you know, if I look back over 32 years, if this has been my focus for 32 years, and I look back and say I've gotten better and better at it.
Yeah.
But am I, you know, a saint walking through the, not by a long shot. I mean, I screw this up a lot, you know, but I do know, I'm aware when I screw it up, and I do know some ways to get back on course. So, you know, it's, the clarity shows up on the way. Or we've said understanding follows experience. So if I want that level of clarity, you know, if I want, I mean, the ideal is this knowing, and it's moment to moment, and I'm in complete trust and gratitude and joy and bliss, and it's, you know, and faith, and it's just all, I just know, you know. If I want to be in that every moment, you know.
And if you're in that space, I mean, that's the thing, it's like, you know, and are we talking about this sort of, is it like sort of universal awareness? Is it like being at one with, you know, someone said to me the other day, you know, you've got to be at one with the cosmos, whatever that means. I mean, you know, we're talking terminology.
So is it possible? Yes. How do we know that? Because there are examples. You know, there are very few,
but there are examples.
But there are, you know, Jesus and Buddha and Zoroaster and you know, maybe Gandhi. And
people like Babaji and people like some of the Indian people who were able to, you know, literally, you know, produce things out of thin air. You know, I mean, what sort of
are they in that all the
know?
time? I mean, I'm here in London to spend time with my spiritual teacher, who was one of these people. And I've been fortunate enough to work with him very directly, travel with him over the years. It's been quite a few years. That's why this is important to me right now. So I know him personally. And he is one of the, he doesn't like the word guru, but, you know, advanced souls, one of the teachers, one of the, you know, the way showers, all the names you could put on it. Clearly he is, and you hang around him and, you know, you'd recognize this, that he's tapped in. And yet he's in the human form, and there's some very human things. And some people see only that and they say, well, he can't be a spiritual teacher because look at that, he's overweight, you know, or whatever. And, well, if you can't see the contrast, then your heart's not beating, you know, or you're not paying attention. Or, you know, or get present and notice, you know, that, he might be overweight, but look at this other part too. He demonstrates that as well or better than anybody else you're going to run into. So, you know, if you can let this invalidate that, then you're going to miss it. You know, so even the best of them aren't doing this all the time 100%. But what I found is the closer I can get to that ideal, which I don't expect I'm going to reach, possible, I don't want to rule out the possibility, but you know, that may never happen, but the closer I get to it in the process of going toward it, my life gets better and better, you know, just better and better, more and more often. And you know, always no, not always. I mean, are the challenges? Sure, they show up. Do I know what to do about it? Well, sometimes I forget, you know, but I can remember.